Welcome to Living the Empowered Life channel. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you stuff empowering, encouraging and inspiring. What I mean by living the empowered life really is living a life of your choosing. You know, doing the things that you want to do free of fear, free of other people's opinions and views, doing things that you've always wanted to do and really going for the life that you want. Also as well, living the empowered life means as well looking at solutions to problems that you may be stuck with. And on this channel, I share some things around my experience that helped me through certain challenges that I had. I also share book reviews. I also share stuff on leadership, on different things, you know, that is about living the empowered life. But if this is the type of content that you're looking for, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified of any new uploads. And please, if you like the content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. So in this video, I want to talk to you about what you need to know about stepping into the unknown. Maybe you are going to step into the unknown to do a new job or to step out to start your own business, or maybe it is to do something you've never done before. Basically, stepping out into the unknown is basically doing something that you've not considered doing before. And, you know, it can apply to any situation. So my journey of stepping into the unknown has been a continuous journey with different circumstances that have come up over my life. I've shared on this channel about me stepping into the unknown to leave my paid job to start my own business 3 years ago now, and I will be doing an update video on my entrepreneur journey about that. I've also shared, you know, very briefly about me stepping out into the unknown in a very personal situation of mine when I was 13 years old, stepping out and leaving my family to tell the truth about abuse that was happening to me in my childhood. So I have had lots of experiences of facing stepping out into the unknown and the adversity and hardship that has come with those experiences. And on this video today, really, I just want to talk to you about 3 things you need to know about stepping out into the unknown. I think that I'm in a good place to be able to talk about this. As mentioned, you know, I've been on a journey of having to step out into the unknown many times over the last 30 years. And I want to share these things with you just to show you on the other side some of the things to expect. Because when you're right at the beginning of a new journey, everything inside you, your mindset, everything will battle against it, because it's about going from a place of comfort to go into a place of risk. And this is something, again, that I share on my online course, the Courage course, which is a course I developed for people in this situation who want courage to go after their goals and dreams. It's about teaching about courage, about what it entails and how to develop it. And this course helps you to develop an action plan to be able to go after your goals and dreams. And I will leave a link to it in the description box below. But there are some things that happen when you do take risks and step into the unknown. It's not going to be a familiar place like where you are now. It's going to be different. It's going to be new. And sometimes when you're stepping out, you want to have all the pieces in place. That's certainly what I wanted when I stepped out of my job in 2018. I wanted to know, you know, straight away how I was going to make money, how I was going to get working, you know, how I was going to be able to take the next steps. But what I found in my experience is that it didn't happen like that. Your journey is not going to be the same as my journey. So, you know, these are just 3 general things that I wanted to share with you in hopes of encouraging you. And I made some notes because, you know, I didn't want to miss anything out. So the first thing you need to know about stepping into the unknown is that it starts with a decision. When you're in a place of limbo about whether to do something or not to do something, I have found in my experience that's where a lot of the anxiety and all these different things come in. Once you make a decision about what you want to do, that is the first step of stepping into the unknown. Once you make a decision about what it is you want to go for, you will find over time your thoughts will start to gravitate towards it, because you've made that decision. Say, for instance, I want to leave this job. So that thought is going to be in your head. You know, you're going to start to think about things about how you will leave this job or what you need to do to leave this job. And it's a process. It comes over time. You will also start to think about what your decision will mean for your life. Sometimes that can be something that causes many people to feel fear and feel scared, but it's totally normal. But the first thing to do is to get out of a place of indecision, make a firm decision, and then that is where the first step of your journey of stepping into the unknown starts. So in the Bible, in the book of Genesis 11:31, it says, Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, the wife of his son Abram, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. So when I was reading this scripture in the Bible, it kind of reminded me of indecision, because Terah had set out to go somewhere and had a focus and goal in mind. He had it in mind to go to the land of Canaan, but as he was going along, he changed his mind. Don't settle in indecision. Once you make your decision, go for it. Go forward in what you want to do. Stepping out into the unknown will cause lots of feelings of doubt and fear. But, don't take these as signs that something is wrong and that it's not normal. It's just stretching you in a different direction. Also, what you need to understand is making a decision and acting on the decision is two different things entirely. And those are two different processes. But the first thing that's really important is that you make a decision. The second thing you need to know about stepping into the unknown is that it's a process. Just like I mentioned about making a decision, there will then be from that point a process that you will go through to get to the next step of acting on your decision. For example, when I made that decision to leave my job in 2018 to step out and set up my own company, I had to go through a process that took 18 months. I did attempt along the way to step out and leave my job a couple of times. But one time I was filled with fear, another time it was fear of what other people would think, what my family would think. And then another time it was, okay, I'm going to make this decision, but I'm going to have a plan B alongside it as well, which, by the way, didn't work out. But what I'm trying to say to you is that there was a process that I had to go through, not just in my thinking, but in the things that I was trying to do as well. It didn't come overnight. Sometimes people think when you make a decision, you just act on it. Sometimes it happens like that. Other times it doesn't happen like that. But I learned along my own process journey of that 18 months. And especially now that I'm looking back from where I am now, 3 years later from making that decision, to understand that I had to take the first step for the second step to become clear to me. Clarity came through the process. When you start out and make a decision, you will have an idea and think it's going to go in this way and in that way, and that it will all take off in this time, or it will all happen at a time that you expect. But actually it never really happens like that. It sometimes happens very, very different from that, especially because you haven't done it before. And I think that's a very important thing to know when you're stepping out into the unknown. You won't have all the answers. Everything won't be in place. You've made the decision and you've acted on it, and you've just got to trust yourself to go one step at a time. And the last thing I want to share with you about stepping out into the unknown is that the journey isn't promised to be easy, but it will develop you. I can definitely share with you from my experience that even though some of the things that I'd hoped would happen by now hasn't happened yet, I can definitely say that as a person, I have grown incredibly through stepping out into the unknown. I have been challenged in ways that I never thought would be possible. I have been stretched beyond stretching point. I have been in situations where finances have been extremely difficult, and there's been times along this entrepreneur journey I thought to myself, I don't know how I'm going to make it through, but you know what? God is faithful. When I gave everything to God through prayer, through just having a relationship with him, that has really helped me to push through and get to where I am today. But the journey is not easy when you step out into the unknown. It's about you taking a risk and going for what you want, and understanding that yes, I will get there to where I want to go, but it might not be in the time frame that I thought it would be. But it is rewarding in the sense that what you get out of it personally. I have developed patience along my journey. I have become even more resilient. I have learned how to be resourceful along this journey. And in the words of somebody called Nipsey Hussle, who passed away a couple of years ago now, who, was a rapper who had done so many different things along his life. There's many different people who I find inspirational along my entrepreneur journey. One of the things he said was that it's a marathon and not a sprint. And when you make a decision to do something in your life that is different, that is going to enable you to bring the vision of what you want to come to pass, you have to be willing to die behind it. Meaning that literally you have to be willing to put your all into it, and come what may, stick with it. It can take a long time, and a lot of people don't want to do that journey when things are not working out very quickly. Once you can get that into your head, that when you make a decision to step into the unknown, that it is a marathon, that it's not a sprint, that it requires patience, it requires time, and that you will go through different seasons of different things, you are more or less preparing yourself for the journey that you're going to undertake. There have been many times I've wanted to turn back. There have been many times that I thought, yeah, okay, I need a plan B. But as I said, God is faithful and he's helped me through, because actually the vision that I have for the things that I am doing, which caused me to step out into the unknown, did come from the desires that he has given me. So wherever he guides, he will provide. If you don't have a relationship with God, talk to him and he will guide and direct you in the right direction, how to come into connection with him through his son Jesus, to come into connection with him, to partner with you on your journey to step into the unknown. There are so many things that I can tell you about stepping out into the unknown. And as I shared, I will be releasing my book later this year that will detail some of the things that I found in more detail along my journey of stepping out into the unknown across many different situations in my life. I just want to encourage you that, no matter how much fear, anxiety or doubt you feel, once you make that decision, it will be easier. And it doesn't mean that, the journey won't be hard, but indecision keeps you in a place of limbo. So please just don't second guess yourself about your decision. If it's something that's been on your mind for a while, it's there for a reason. And I just want to finish this video by sharing with you a Bible scripture that has encouraged me so many times over the last 3 years. It's from the first book of Chronicles, chapter 4, verse 10. And it says, "O Lord, that you bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me free from harm, so that I will be free from pain." This scripture has helped me so many times along my journey. So many times where I thought that a lot of situations might fold me under. But I'm glad to say, I've been encouraged continually by it. So I hope this video has helped you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.